so begins another episode of the Inspired Disorder Podcast. With our hosts, Ray Taylor and Keith Murdoch. Disorder starts now.
Bam. And we're starting now. Keith
Right
Spurlock.
motherfucking now.
Right fucking now. It's just me and my good buddy from Ohio. How you doing, good buddy? Keith
What's up,
Spurlock.
buddy?
How you doing? It was just
I'm doing good on this. I guess it's early morning podcast for you. Kind
I
of
literally woke up. I got
to my text. You're like, I can set up.
Yeah, I got a text from you and a text from Jill this morning, and I was like, okay. They didn't wake me up, but I got them when I woke up, and I was like, all right, I guess I'm getting this day started, because I'm pretty, I don't know about you, I don't know how active you are in the morning, but I tend to wake up early and then like lay in bed with my iPad and just go to like Reddit and fuck around for like
See now
hours.
with my internet situation at my house, I have to come into my back room, so a lot of times I'll wake up, and that's hence the recliner I sit in now.
Yeah.
This is kind of my stay in bed.
You're like
I literally cover up with a blanket. I've got a blanket right here.
You're like 90 years old already. You're
yes,
ready
I know.
for being a senior citizen already at 30.
I'm wearing my house slippers.
Although I have house slippers too. They're in the living room. I didn't put them on.
Well, a lot of this is necessity because it's cold out.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like I'm just a frail old man who's always cold.
Yeah.
It's literally, well, actually today's not bad, but
What is it there right now?
I think it's up in the 40s today.
Okay. It's being warm here. It's been like 70s. Which is not, despite how amazing that sounds, I'm going to speak as a spoiled person right now. It sucks having I want to have at least another season. I don't want just a cooler summer.
It's not that great.
So
I mean, as someone mired in the entire seasonal situation,
yeah,
I can say that most other seasons suck, dude.
You're getting the shitty end of it. You
don't
have well balanced seasons.
Yeah, we do. Ohio, we run the full gamut.
Yeah, but you barely get any sunshine, right? So it's like even your summers, you still get a lot of clouds.
Well, no, a lot of times the summers, at least lately, the summers have been hot.
Okay.
This past summer wasn't that great, but I mean, that's not the norm.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
But spring, shitty, all the snow melts, and then it rains like a motherfucker.
Yeah. I guess it's just because
you don't want to go nowhere.
I've never experienced different seasons. Because I grew up
Fall's not bad, but
Yeah.
then again, it can get cold as shit and rainy in the fall too,
Yeah.
and then...
So that's it. Or, you're
and
used
then
to
winter,
that. I'm
well,
used to
just
this.
all right. For example, my town and then my hometown. It's like
Your village.
and
It's
yeah,
not
my
town.
home village.
Yeah.
They both flooded here
Jesus.
last week.
Jesus. Well, good thing you're out of there. Did it affect you? What? The town you're in now, too?
Yeah.
Flooded?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
yeah, I
not
saw
in
pictures of
flood.
that. Like down the main street or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck that nonsense.
Yeah, down the main streets of Cary and here.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of damage this time, but this is like the third time it's flooded in both towns this year.
Jesus.
It never did that shit when I was a kid, too.
Yeah. Well, it's
This is a 2007 on problem.
because all the global warming, or whatever, whether it's caused by people or whatever, shit is changing, and the storms are getting stronger.
Rain.
What's that?
We're not necessarily getting more rain.
Yeah, it's just it's being concentrated. So instead of it getting spread out and just getting mediocre whatever, it's all combining together, and we're getting huge storms now. Instead of little things here and there, it's it just dumps.
Our town spent millions upon millions of dollars trying to figure out the flooding problem with the Army Corps of Engineers.
Yeah.
And every time they almost have a solution, half of the town bitches, either the farmers or someone else, and then they do nothing. And then they say, all right, well, we need another, $7 million to finish
Yeah.
just talking about it, and then so nothing ever happens.
Yeah, that's how politics works, I think. A bunch of like people getting paid to argue about nothing and nothing gets done.
And
Well,
then spending all of the tax money on nothing.
yeah. I mean, they're spending it on their buddies that own businesses, and then they're getting, contracts to do roads and shit that take all year. Like, roads take fucking forever to get done,
Oh yeah.
But yeah. Weather here, it's like I actually opened up the windows and doors. It's a little chilly inside. It's about 62 degrees inside this condo here. And
One of the houses I grew up in, I put a picture on Facebook, was my dad's old house.
Uh-huh.
Flood. They moved out about a year ago, and just like stopped paying on that house because they,
Fuck it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it flooded 3 times in that house in the year that they moved out.
Yeah.
So they got out just in time. They might as well just burn that fucking house down.
Yeah. Or just, got flood insurance right before, which you probably can't get flood insurance.
Yeah, but since it's floods all the time,
Yeah. It's probably
what
fucking
insurance
expensive.
company's gonna?
There was actually an earthquake the other day. I felt it. I don't remember what time of day it was. I think it was in my living room.
See, and I've never got to experience an earthquake.
They're I don't feel them nearly as much as I did growing up in the desert because there's a fault in the desert where I grew up. I think it's the San Andreas fault. Yeah. So and then the desert's on a water table, so it's basically like there's a bunch of water underneath all the sand, so it rolls a lot more. Here I felt maybe 4 or 5. There was a big one a few years ago during Easter I thought like a garbage truck ran into the building. It was just like the whole building shook. But I've been in some crazy ones. But it's most houses don't fall down. It's not like we're living in Haiti. Yeah. No offense, Haiti.
My village had a giant stone quarry, literally not even in the country. It was like village quarry, giant hole in the ground, and they would blast. And we lived on that side of town.
So that's similar, I'm sure.
And it would rattle all the windows. It would shake things on the wall.
It's probably like that, but then earthquakes kind of last a little bit longer, and then you get little aftershocks and shit. But, it's kind of the same unexpected shit's getting shaken type of feeling. But, I mean, it can go really crazy. It can go really crazy. Like, San Francisco's got fucked up a couple times. There's been some places that have kind of broken down. Nothing as bad as other countries, and
so it's the end of the year.
It's the end of the year, man. It's fucking 2013 flew by like a motherfucker, and we did a lot of fucking podcasts. We almost did 52 podcasts this year.
Holy shit!
I know, which would be one a week. I think we may have missed 1 or 2 weeks because we covered a few during the summer, and we're covering. I put out a short little one last time that wasn't really a podcast, and then this is more of a podcast because you're here. So I think we're covering it. We're covering the spread, man. Yeah. So a lot of shit. We got a lot of good guests on this year. Anything?
Yeah, we did.
Any shows or any guests? Any memories that stand out for you? Because this was your first solid year.
Yeah,
podcasting.
Yeah, first the Matt Brown one. Was fun, even though Matt's kind of a quiet, reserved guy.
Yeah, it was still a good one, man. I mean, it was awesome to talk to him, especially
he threatened to beat me up at one point. So that
you get that,
jokingly,
yeah.
I hope,
yeah.
But it was still.
We have a lot of guests that want to beat you up.
Yeah, we do.
Female, like every female guest we get on.
Sure. Yeah, but come on.
That's just because they know they can. And then every MMA fighter, which too.
Yeah. I think Tate threatened me on my 6th cigarette or something of the podcast.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I didn't have video. I wasn't on video, so all he could see was you smoking, just sitting in, like being swallowed by this pillow chair and smoking cigarettes. He's like, what the fuck, dude? This guy will never have to move ever again. Aside from you, if you were like overweight, he probably would have gone off on you a lot more too. If it were me in your seat, smoking cigarettes and drinking beer.
Well, Adam Scorgi was a fun one.
Yeah, that one. We almost did 3 hours on that one. That was
Yeah,
one
that was-
where he was gonna show up for 2, and he was cool with
Maybe
2 hours.
2.
Yeah, maybe 2, and we ended up squeezing almost 3 hours. Because I kept coming up with questions like, dude, I have more questions.
Hockey one.
Yeah.
I wanted to find out about the Goon documentary.
Have you? I've seen since then. I haven't watched the boxing one that he did, but I did watch the fucking Bruce Lee one that Daniel Bolelli was in. It's good. I forget where. I think I probably just bought it on iTunes or something like that. But I haven't watched the other one yet. And Culture High, I think, comes out next year. Something to look forward to. I'm guessing. I don't know. I mean, they've been shooting it all year, so I'm sure they're probably close.
Just came straight out on Netflix.
What's that?
Said I wish they all just came right out on Netflix.
Just like every movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish that too, Keith. I think everybody that owns has Netflix service wishes that. Redbox just came out. Do you have Redbox out there?
Yeah, we've had Redbox for a long time.
They just came out with a streaming service because I use Redbox all the time for like newer releases.
They're like Netflix though, where they only have a contract with certain.
Yeah, but their plan is it's the same price. I think it's like $9, same as Netflix, and then you get streaming, which they probably don't have nearly as much to stream as Netflix. But then you also get 4 rentals free a month. So, and then you can get a lot of newer movies there. I don't know. It seems pretty cool. If I didn't have Netflix, I might sign up for that, but I couldn't go through 4 movies a month. I don't rent movies that often.
When we do it here, we'll do it like maybe once a month or once every other month and rent like 8 movies.
Yeah.
Just watch them in like 2 days and then
catch up on a bunch of shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
I just rented. Did you see the new Superman? I don't know if we talked about this on.
No, I haven't.
It's fucking good. Are you a fan of the original Supermans? Not original, I guess, but the
the Christopher Reeve.
Yeah. This one. Did you watch the last Superman?
Nope.
No.
Oh yeah, no. I saw that one where I saw
with
that
the
one.
kid. With his son.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I saw that one. That was all right. It wasn't great.
This one's way better.
It was lackluster just because I'm so tired of Lex Luthor.
Well, and they kind of brought it in. It had been so long since they did it, but they came in at like a weird part. It was like supposed to be between 2 and 3. It was like some weird time frame where he was gone from Earth for a while. I don't know. It was a shitty way to bring back the series. It's like confuse everybody. So this one was like pretty much the origin story, but a really well told origin story for him. So
That's awesome.
And it's not like him as a kid or anything like that, but it's kind of him discovering who he is. But I liked it a lot, and how it ended perfectly for like the next.
And the next one's going to be the one where Affleck's Batman, right?
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, I know Affleck's going to be. Oh Jesus. I hope that's not the next Superman.
No, it is. That's what it was announced for. But you know what? Everyone, even at first, I was like, Affleck is Batman. I bet he'll do a really good job.
Probably. Who's going to be the director? Is it the same director as the first Superman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder's pretty good. He had some cool shots. Like I could see watching that, being entertained watching that, like in 3D, which it probably came out in 3D. But it had some like
acting's gotten better.
He's a good actor, man. I think he gets a lot of shit, but I think it also depends on the director too. I mean,
he picks shitty roles every once in a while.
Yeah. But whatever.
But like if he can be as serious as he was in that Argo movie.
I didn't watch that one, but I heard it's good. I mean, I guess didn't it win Best Picture or something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, he's good. But it's also, those two characters. This is like they could fuck it up big time. Not that I'm like a huge fan. I mean, I guess out of the comic books, those two I care more about, I guess, because they've done better movies. But I don't know, man.
And we got off topic again.
We do that. That's how this show.
What's your favorite podcast?
This show would be an hour long normally if we always stayed on topic because we don't really have topics. We
started with the topic.
I know. What was the topic again?
What's your favorite podcast moments of the year?
Trying to think of all, like, the definitely Scorgy. I mean, that was kind of a surprise because it's just, I don't know what came up on Twitter, but it just came up on Twitter. We just hooked up through him on Twitter. And he'd been on a few podcasts before, that, like, Robert Garza's podcast and stuff like that. Sam Tripoli was fucking fun.
Oh, yeah, that was
Fun as fuck. The Tate Fletcher was awesome. Daniel Bellelli. Fucking, I mean, we had, like, I don't know, we got way higher quality guests than I had expected us to get, like, consistently. And I owe that all to Jill Himitsu. #shows.com.
Yay!
But, yeah, man. And, you know, I think we've talked about it a couple times on the show, just the chemistry between you and I, or the rapport, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's gotten a lot easier now that we've talked to each other for a good amount of time. It's a little bit smoother, I guess.
A little bit.
A little bit more lubed up. I don't know, man. Some of the podcasts with just you and me were fun, too. Or with dogs, like times where, or with Gareth, when we're just, like, fucking around, not like rock cocks. You know, concrete molds of your dick. You know, those are fun, too.
Oh, rock cock.
Yeah, those are fun, man. But it's been, I don't know.
This year brought us Diseasy.
Diseasy.
That's a term.
That's definitely, which wasn't
from the Vicky Pezza podcast.
Vicky Pezza podcast, and the Yuck Nasty song, Get in the Corner song. Yeah, that wasn't intended to be the name of that design, but it works. So yes, people enjoy it. But yeah, that was cool. I feel like I can't focus on anything, Keith. Yeah.
I just chugged a bunch of coffee, so
did you? Yeah, seriously. I just literally woke up, turned the computer on, got everything set up, and then I'm here. Yeah. So we did the podcast. Were there any favorite moments you did? I mean, you've been doing stand up also this entire year.
I had a lot of fun doing the show down in Columbus with the first American hot show.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
That was fun. Just getting to play all over, and I mean,
what do you feel the differences are going to be next year as opposed to this year?
Me focusing and getting a better job so I can get my fucking license back, so I don't have to, so I can actually drive to shows.
Yeah. So that's just getting a better job. So no more hair salon.
Well, maybe I'll just pick up another job, or who knows? Maybe I'll have to drop that job.
Yeah. Just demand a raise. It's like, listen, bitches, do you know who I am? Do you know who's answering your phone?
Everyone in my salon quit.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So, yeah, 5 of the 6 girls that cut hair there all performed a mass exodus.
That's ridiculous. Why did they do that again? Did we talk about? I know we talked about this.
I texted you about it. Because one of the girls who used to do the nails there had left and she was going to hair school herself. Well, she bought her own salon and then asked those girls if they wanted to go there and work. Wow. And they all wanted to.
Wow. You should go over there and say, yo, can you pay me some more and I'll work here? Or work at both places.
Yeah, I don't think that'd work.
Just don't tell either of them.
Yeah.
She's like, listen, I can't do it. I got a podcast and then I got a stand-up show. Like at 10 in the morning? Yeah. It's crazy shit.
Oh, I'd have to work like 60 hours a week at this job to make enough money.
Fuck that.
You know what I'm saying?
You should.
Minimum wage is not a lot.
Yeah, that's true. What is minimum wage now?
$7.80 something.
That is nothing.
No, it's nothing.
You're not even getting tips. Do you get tips?
No, I don't.
Yeah, it's because you don't do anything.
Except for clean up after everyone.
Shit.
Remind everyone about their hair appointments.
How long have you been at that place all year too?
Little.
Yeah. So what do you got planned for the New Year's?
Who knows? I just sit here and get drunk.
Yeah.
I never really. Going out involves coming back, which involves
Driving.
or
Transportation.
yeah, transportation in general.
Yeah.
Uh, and
That's
then
cool,
people seem to get obnoxiously drunk.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And like a lot of places are fucking crowded, and unless you're the type of person that likes to be around a shitload of people, which I'm personally not.
I'm sure some friends of ours or whatever might have a little something.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll go to that, but other than that, I'm not sure.
That's cool.
No big plans. Got all the Christmas shit done, so
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't do I had a great Christmas, but I didn't do shit. I just watched movies and hung out at home. And then that's probably what I'm going to do fucking for New Year's. Maybe work on some stuff. But yeah, man.
been selling any paintings?
No paintings have been sold as of yet. I mean, people have like taken my business card, and wrote it down and all kinds of shit. There's some that people are interested in, but nobody's bought anything yet. I've sold prints and T-shirts. So next show is January 11th. So we'll see. Seeing month to month, it seems to go better and better. But that was the holiday season, so we'll see how that changes in January. But I'm gonna be doing it. I'm gonna be doing it every month, man. And then that second show, I'm gonna start doing another show, which the first one will be in February, the Raw. I don't know where the venue's gonna be or whatever, but I'll be selling tickets to it. I have to sell 20 tickets.
So the show's called Raw?
No, the organization's called Raw, and they do art. They host art events all over the U.S., and I think they're expanding to different countries. But they have a San Diego branch, and it's basically apply. You send them, some photos of your work and kind of give them a description of you or whatever. And they accept artists and performers, musicians, actors, whatever. They show short films, so it's kind of like an event. But they have them at different venues, and they sell tickets. So to get in, you sell 20 tickets, and then you can do any of their shows anywhere in the world for free. I mean, you have to provide your own transportation, but you can go. So I can do any shows, whatever, for the next year, and I don't have to sell any tickets for. So
You should show up to the Raw shows in the leather outfit Eddie Murphy wore in Eddie Murphy Raw.
okay, yeah, should do
I
that.
think that would be a good combination.
Yeah,
Befitting.
it would be, except for I'd look more like. I'd probably look closer to Ralphie May in his orange suit. Not really, but definitely wouldn't look like
Come
Eddie
on,
Murphy.
butter up those legs and just fucking slip them right in a pair of leather
Yeah.
pants.
Then they're gonna shrink, and then it'll be like a sitcom where they'll be like people trying to pull the pants off of me because they shrunk after I sweat in them.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
so I don't know.
A lot of baby powder, man. A lot of baby powder.
Well, I'll hit you up with all your tips and tricks for when I put on my leather pants. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm not trying to do a whole bunch of shows just because I have to do the paintings. I have to have new work. So trying to find a balance. Plus, I'd rather if I can somehow get people to just buy my shit online, because I have everything that I have for sale at Ray at Night you can buy on my website or through Etsy. It's all through Etsy. And if you're in the San Diego area, there's a coupon code that I'll be giving out to people at local shows that gives them free shipping. So I'd rather try to focus all the sales through online, since it's a bigger market clearly than just San Diego. And then it's less fucking. I can just use these art shows as more of a promotional thing, I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be an interesting year because, those first two shows, kind of learning experience, getting used to everything and setup, tear down process and shit. So, and just getting into art, which I got a call from Justin the other day, former co-host of the show, and he might be moving in after all. So, which would be cool because that's extra money because, instead of just going bare minimum trying to get by, pay my bills. So we'll see. That might change shit up too. In the new year.
You trying to say I'm getting kicked off the show?
No. I know I've been joking about it with every single guest we've had on for the past 3 months, but that's just a joke, Keith. I'm just very consistent with it.
Damn it.
Yeah. I mean, he might. He can definitely hop in because I have mics. I have a setup now to where we could do all three of us, no problem. But, you know, he's a busy guy, and I don't know how much he wants to do podcasting. And he may not even move in. He's supposed to let me know by the end of the year. So we'll see. But I'm not changing. I'm pretty much what's going to happen is like my bedroom's in that room he's going to rent. I'm just going to put my bed and shit in the garage, and then I'm just going to sleep on the floor in my studio. Because he's only going to be here for like 6 months to a year while he's trying to find a place to buy. So, you know, I mean, if it changes, I guess I'll have a plan. See, I'll bring a bed. But I got enough room in here. I could fit like a little twin bed, and I'll have enough room to paint. Because I don't want to give up my studio space.
Yeah.
You know, I just finally got out of the closet. I don't want to go back in. So.
Oh, poor Ray.
I know. We'll see. It's going to be, I'm excited for 2014, man. I mean, I think this year, I don't know, it seemed like a lot of things just kind of became more natural, like doing the podcast became like not even having to think about it. So I could focus on other shit, and then, you know, I don't know. Just things seem to be growing in a good direction.
I like how before every podcast, I'll jokingly go, so what are we going to talk about?
Yeah, we never plan shit.
And every time you go, nothing, dude.
Yeah, it's like, what are we going to talk to this guest about? It's like, dude, well, first off, most of our guests is like, we barely, like Tate Fletcher, barely got to anything. Any questions that I had wanted to ask or talk about, which is perfectly fine. But there's tons of guests where we didn't. I mean, that's one of the reasons Scorgy stayed around so long, because he actually let me ask. I kept getting the questions in, and then he couldn't leave. Yeah, I don't know. It's fucking flows, man.
Fights tonight.
That's right. Oh, let me pull up the thing. I don't even know. It's a fucking crazy card. I watched the weigh-ins. Are you going to be able to watch these fights, Keith?
Hopefully.
Pull this up. Yeah, man. I watched the weigh-ins. It's fucking going to be crazy. What do you think about... you want to do a pick bet? Main card pick bet?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do that, since we haven't done that in fucking forever. And for those listening, there may not be tournaments going on, but you can do this at any time.
Yeah, we don't.
you don't have to be in a tournament. You just need one other person to do a pick bet against. Oh, yeah. I gotta pull up the fuck. Let that show up. Do you have the card?
No.
Okay. What the fuck?
Pull it up.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I clicked on the wrong. I zigged instead of zagged, man. I went down an alleyway and got raped. Right?
No.
Oh. Where the fuck are we at?
All
There
right.
we go. Got it. You get it too? All right.
And my pictures are still loading.
Pictures.
There we go.
What pictures? Okay, so we're gonna do a pick bet for everybody listening. This is very exciting. So we're gonna do the main card of UFC. What number is this? 168. Anderson Silva versus Chris Weidman, Ronda Rousey, Miesha Tate, Josh Barnett versus Travis Brown. I'm gonna be so fucking stressed out watching these fights, man. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I hope they're not like those fights where you're anticipating like a barn burner and it's just like patty cake.
Well, or just,
I don't think,
I mean,
you know.
I love to see fast knockouts, but I don't want to see every one of them be just like a one.
Yeah, that too. I like, you know, sprinkle, you know, like one or two epic knockouts.
So you saw Diego Brandao came in 8 pounds over, right?
Was he 8 pounds over?
8 pounds over.
Jesus. Brandao. Yeah, Poirier was like pissed off at him.
Well, wouldn't you be? You might as well just be coming in weighing 155.
Yeah.
That's he's 2 pounds lighter.
Oh, they're fighting at a catch weight.
Yeah.
151.5. Well, Brandao's a scary motherfucker, man. I mean, he gives up part of his purse for not coming in weight, so, he's still, I mean, even winning, he's not winning as much. I don't know. It always sucks when people don't make weight. It's fucking ridiculous. It's like, you're a fucking professional, man.
So we gonna flip a coin?
No, you can go first. It's fine, man.
All right.
Since you're gonna be replaced soon, might as well.
And this is a tough one.
Yeah. And we don't have to, we're not going in any specific order. You can choose whichever one you want first. So generally you want to choose, kind of your most likely surefire winner. Maybe if that's a strategy you want to go with. Maybe you want to be like Keith and pretend to be thinking like his brain actually works. We all know it doesn't, but Keith is definitely pretending. Really good. Biting his lip.
I'm gonna go
he's got
Josh
a pen.
Barnett.
Josh Barnett. Jesus Christ. That's going to be so scary, man. I don't know, man. Oh, wait. So I got Travis Brown. Travis Brown. Okay. Fuck. I'll go Jim Miller. Against Jim Miller over Fabricio Camois.
Oh shit! I'm gonna go Ronda.
Whoa, shit.
Ronda.
Fuck, dude. How crazy! Did you watch the weigh-ins?
No.
Just watch theirs. It's by far the sexiest weigh-ins you will ever see.
Did you? I did see the screen cap of Rogan's face.
I did not see that.
Oh,
I was focused on their bodies.
I retweeted it. Just check it after the podcast.
Okay. Oh, wait. Let me shit tape. Okay, so we got fucking Jesus. Fuck. So I have to choose either between the Dustin Poirier Diego Brandao fight or Weinman Silva.
Yep.
I'm gonna go insane. I'm gonna go. Fuck. Each time I want to go with Anderson Silva, but every time I do, I get this picture of him getting knocked out or not winning. Fuck it. I'll go. Fucking shit. This sucks. I'll go. Because even the Poirier Brandao fucking card is like, I don't know. Why didn't he make weight? Did he not give a shit? Is he going to go in a lot fresher? Poirier's a professional. He can, he's probably still fresh even though he cut the weight. And they're both good. Brandao's fucking scary though. So what do you do, Keith? What do you choose in this moment?
I can't give you any help on this one.
I know, but this is the first time we've done it in person, right? We always used to do it over Twitter.
We've done a couple on the air.
Okay. Fuck me. This is difficult. I know. For all those, I didn't even have the music. I should have had the music queued up. I'll go Anderson Silva, man. Greatest legend. He's gonna come back and then he's gonna retire. Him and GSP will both be retired.
See, that's the perfect pick because I want Silva to win also.
Oh, man.
And I didn't have to bet on it. And if he does lose, I win.
You still win in some way. If I lose, I not only get heartbroken the fact that he lost, but I also get a point less on pick bet. So who do you got in the last one then? Keith.
I hear you.
Okay. I mean, all the time I was thinking you could have been thinking about your next, unless that's what you were thinking. You know what I'm saying?
Well, do we want to add one more from the prelim to make it 3-3?
Just why? To make it a potential tie? 5 works, man. That way there's going to be a winner.
All right. You know,
I didn't get that option. I don't know who you're going to... I'm excited for the Uriah Hall, Chris Lieben. That's a fucking
that's what
crazy...
I wanted to put on there, too.
Yeah, but you'd pick Chris Lieben. Would you? What would you pick on that one?
I would pick Hall.
I would pick Hall. I think he's more talented, but I also think he chokes.
Because he knows his job's on the line.
True. But I think the guy just he has a mental thing. Ever since in the show, fucking amazing. Once he got in the UFC, he can't pull it together. He doesn't know what he's like. He's a self-defeat. He has a very self-defeatist attitude. I think he's going to be his own worst enemy in this.
I'm going Brando.
Okay, Poirier. Let's go, Fightville. Did you ever watch that documentary, Fightville?
Yeah.
There's some pretty good MMA documentaries out there.
I still haven't seen the Cain Velasquez one.
I didn't even know there was one.
It's on Netflix.
Okay, we'll have to fucking find that one. I want to see the UFC one that they came out with, their 20th anniversary one that they did. Yeah.
All right, let's just do non-pick bets. So we got the Uriah Hall, Chris Lieben fight.
Yeah. So yeah, we're done on pick bet. So we'll see who the loser is tonight.
Who do you got in that one? You said
which one? Uriah Hall, Chris Lieben. I got Lieben on that one.
All right, I got Hall, Michael Johnson, Gleison Tebow. I think Michael Johnson's been on a tear lately. I got Johnson in this one.
Yeah, I'd probably go Johnson as well.
Ooh, this would be a good one too. Dennis Seaver, Manny Gambarian.
Well, Manny's got that shoulder thing, which I don't know if he... with shoulders, like, that's something that kind of you never really recover from, you know, especially, you know, you can get that fucked up pretty easy. There's been a lot of shoulders getting fucked up in the UFC lately.
It's hard.
Seaver, and it's been a while. Manny, when the last time Manny fought? Let me see. Manny, he beat Cole Miller.
Yeah, not that long ago.
No. So, yeah, he's been... Okay. Well, he only had one fight in last year. And then the last one, he's doing like, he did a fight in August 2012, August 13, and then now this one. So maybe was having some health things. I don't know, man. Well, who'd you say? Did you pick one? I don't know.
No, I haven't. I don't know.
Just because Manny's
I think I'm
kind
gonna
of...
go Manny, just because I think Seaver has problems with grapplers.
Yeah.
I mean, Manny hits hard too, but...
If he can get in, though, I know. But it's like, what if Manny, wants to stand? Because sometimes they do that, man. I don't know.
Yeah, those crazy Armenians.
I'd probably go... I would almost go Seaver.
All right. This should be a good one.
I don't even know either.
Doomsday Howard.
Oh, Doomsday. Yeah.
Versus
come on, say it. Say it.
Bahadrazada.
That is good. There you go. I'm glad I didn't have to say it. Glad you started trying.
That Bahadrazada, blah blah blah.
Yeah, blah blah blah.
Yeah, he fucking hits really hard too.
Yeah.
Those are two guys that like to bang.
I'd go Doomsday. Just because of his haircut. His haircut, man. Did you see that? Oh, you didn't?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sweet little designs that might get knocked off his head, but I think he might win.
And then down to the last two.
Bobby Volker. I'd recognize the name, so I'll go with him.
I'll take, looks like the guy from...
Not that any of this matters, because I'm not going to remember who I chose.
It's
So
like
it's like,
Wesley Snipes in Demolition Day.
Man.
Or Demolition Man. So I'll
Demolition
take
Day.
that dude.
Okay.
And then
Estevan
Peralta versus Payana.
Peralta.
Payan.
You got Payana? No.
Payan. I'll
Payan.
take
Yeah.
I'll take Peralta.
That's who I went with too. I just kind of when it gets to that point, I'm like, who do I recognize more?
Yeah,
Because I figure if they were good, like it had to. Because I know I had to have seen one of these guys before. If they're good. It may have stuck in my head, so maybe I'll remember the name. I don't know.
So what do you think? What do you think Anderson Silva's game plan is going to be? Do you think he's going to do the same shit? Do you think he's going to play it more conservative?
I think he's going to. I really wish I had watched the last fight again, but I think he's going to be smarter about it. I'm sure he's still going to do his Anderson Silva dancing around, not as much as the last fight. Last fight seemed like it was. Last fight reminded me of the Abu Dhabi or Dubai or whatever when they did that fight with I forget who it was, that it was always trying to just laying on his back trying to get him in his guard.
Maya?
Really fucking boring fight. Yeah, probably him.
Or was that Talos Latus?
One of those guys. It doesn't matter. It was one of the most boring Anderson Silva fights ever, and he was doing a lot of that dancing, like kind of goading him thing. And I think that was probably just because it seems he likes to do that instead of going to the ground. Like instead of going to the ground, he'll, maybe that's his technique. I don't know, man. I've never seen Anderson Silva after a loss. What's that?
I said I hope he just comes out and rifles him almost like a
early day fucking
like a James Irving, where James Irving came right up to him, tried to kick him, he caught the kick, and then just knocked him out.
Yeah, but that was because James Irving was fucking. I don't think Weinman's gonna fucking do that. I don't think he's gonna be just charging in.
No, but I'm saying
I think that's why it worked though. Like
I'd
Anderson's
like to see
good.
it.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I'd love to see that too. I don't think
like
we're
to see him
going to
just-
see that.
I'd like to see the Anderson Silva bedazzle. I want to see him actually drop the hands, not in a taunting way, but just almost in a Forrest Griffin way,
Or a Stephen Bonner way.
where he just fucking.
Jesus. I want to see him do the floating little Karate Kid kick that from The Matrix. The very beginning of The Matrix, the chick's in that dark room, the phone's ringing, cops come in, it's like she
The
floats
one that
up
they
in the air.
parody
Everywhere.
every Matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to do it in real life. He's going to somehow figure out. He's been training with David Blaine, and he learned the levitation trick, and he's going to apply that to martial arts like nobody has ever done. He's going to.
And the UFC Sky Cam's going to actually go around him while he's stopped for a second.
They're gonna have that sound effect queued up because Anderson Silva told Dana White, "It's like, listen, bitch, just get this sound effect, and you'll know when to play it." And then he's just gonna fucking face kick Weinman. Weinman's gonna go flying out of the cage, and people are gonna go ape shit because that's never happened.
What if he explodes when he kicks him?
That would be, people would still go, you get the same reaction. People would go insane because that's never
If
happened.
his head flies into your lap in the stands, do you get to keep it?
It depends on the facial expression that he's making. If it's like, actually, yeah, you get to keep it. Fuck it. Yeah, you get to keep that shit. As
That would be the best souvenir ever. Be like, hey, man, remember that one time Anderson Silva went all Matrix and kicked that dude and he exploded?
I
got his head.
I have the decapitation. I have it.
I got the head,
The
dude.
Weinman decapitation. Not in our house. I love to do that shit. Every
I blew
holiday.
my girlfriend's purse real quick.
I use it to give myself head. Wait. Oh, Weinman, I'm
I
sorry.
only bring it out on Halloween. I put it out on the front porch and shit.
Put a candle in his mouth. Actually, I can't use a candle. I have to just use a little LED because it burns the top of his mouth. Smells like pig. It's weird. People want to eat it. Yeah, it's going to be fucking... When did the prelims start? Like 4 hours, probably?
Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, this and then Ronda Rousey. Does Ronda Rousey, if Ronda Rousey wins, does she win by armbar?
Yes. I think she's either going to lose before she gets the attempt on the armbar or she gets the armbar. Because that seems like a lot of these fights, she almost gets finished before, and then once she gets out of that, she's able to get... I don't know, man. It would be really cool to see her win other than armbar, but she's just like really good at the armbar, so, you know.
Well, think about it, too. Misha Tate's had a long time to just learn... I bet armbar defense is an everyday training exercise, and she's had a long
but that's
training
like... You know, even if she's had a year, Ronda Rousey's had a lifetime. That's a little bit more time to like perfect every single.
That, but defending something and applying something are two different things.
Yeah.
You can have less experience, but still learn how to defend against certain submissions.
Totally. But I'm sure she has like a billion different ways to transition into an armbar. Like,
and I've seen it.
I don't know, man. I
don't really like Misha Tate.
Yeah, I think everybody that fights Ronda Rousey trains nothing but arm bars, and it hasn't worked yet. So, and I don't remember Misha Tate's... Didn't she lose her last fight, or did she win it?
She lost to Kat Zingano.
Okay.
She complained that it was an early stoppage.
Of course. You know, whatever.
But she was all bloody as shit and got dropped by a big knee.
Actually, the women's fights do get stopped early compared to men's fights, but at the same time, I'm not complaining about it necessarily. I don't know. It gets to a point with the women's fights where it's just like, oh, I can't. It's like it hurts a lot more. It's like a guy getting kicked in the nuts, but like always. Almost.
Did you see in Brazil they're trying to have a man versus woman MMA fight?
Yeah, I saw. I think it was a post on Facebook, probably.
Yeah,
man versus. I don't know what organization it is, but you know. I don't know. I don't know about that. But whatever. It's, you know, they're humans. They can decide to do whatever they want to do, I guess.
Is she allowed to use testosterone?
I think required is probably... It's probably required. Whoever the transsexual, transgender man that became a woman should go... Who's fighting Muay Thai or whatever should go down and fight in that fight. That would be... Yeah, if they're doing men versus women, that, you know, might as well throw in some, you know, transgender people.
Hey, you don't want to discriminate.
Yeah, I mean, that would be the perfect place for them, too. So, I mean, since there are no, like, gender barriers as far as fighting, I don't know if I'd watch it. I don't know if I'd support it. But it's, you know, it is what it is. It exists.
If someone threw up the link to a YouTube video of that fight, I would probably watch it.
I wouldn't pay for a ticket to that. Actually, maybe I would. If I was in Vegas.
How much?
It's like, you guys want to see the craziest fucking thing ever? Yes, I do. It's like, you're going to see some crazy fucking shit.
$20 and under, I might pay $20 and under to see a dude fight a chick.
Maybe. I don't know, man. Still, like...
I don't want to see her get hurt, but I want to see...
She's going to get hurt. She's going to get hurt.
I want to see her knock him out somehow.
Yeah. I think everybody's going
That's what everyone really wants to see if they're going to watch that.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same weight, women have more strength in their legs than their upper body. Men are like the opposite. So it's like maybe a kick. These women should be throwing their fucking legs around, man. What the fuck? Jesus, they have like naturally thicker legs than men. Like you look at any woman's leg compared to John Jones.
I just saw a gif of him trying to dunk a basketball.
John Jones?
Yeah.
Trying to dunk a basketball? So he didn't actually make it?
Oh, like those skinny little chicken legs, he can't jump.
Well, I guess he doesn't need to. He's in a sport. It's not like he can jump over somebody in his sport if he needs to, but there's no point in doing it.
He can get his knees and his legs up real high, but he can't get his
vertical
arms up. Yeah, his vertical is... He probably got a foot off the ground.
That's hilarious. Well, he's probably just worried they're going to snap.
His arms are that he could just dunk it like...
Yeah, he shouldn't have to jump very high, you know?
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, whatever.
Maybe it was just like the one shot that turned out shitty.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, that's easy. I was watching a video, I think it may have been on Worldstar or I saw it on Reddit, but it was these two white Mormon kids that tricked these... there was like a group of black dudes playing basketball outside, and I guess these Mormon kids challenged them to a game. It was just two Mormons versus 2-on-2 game, and they're like just shooting around, I guess, probably before they start the game, and they're bricking, missing, like airballing. They're not shooting anything. They start the game. First point, fucking Mormon dunks the ball, and they're like, "Oh shit!" You hear like everybody that's not on camera going fucking ape shit. It's like, "Oh shit!" It's fucking awesome. And then they're throwing up jumpers like nothing and dunking it over these black. It's fucking crazy. And they're wearing like their Mormon white dress shirts and everything.
I saw one where there was just a random white guy in a park, and he got pulled into a pickup game, and they just kept feeding the ball on the perimeter.
Uh-huh.
And he had the ugliest shot of all time. Just total side shot.
Yeah.
Like, just looked goofy, but just kept draining him.
Yeah.
And, like, the other dudes just all, like, they just quit.
Yeah.
Like, they got all fucking butthurt and just, like, went and grabbed their shit and were like, man, whatever, fuck this.
Yeah. It's pretty funny to demoralize people on the court. That was me. I could shoot the three like nothing. I didn't have the speed or the height to get inside, but I could shoot the three ball like nothing.
Was it a super ugly shot too?
No, well, I mean, I'm sure it wasn't perfect looking, but it wasn't. I had some friends that had like guys that would chest pass it up to the basketball hoop, or guys that would like, I don't know, like I've seen crazy shots. I had pretty good form.
I always kept it way far over to I never played basketball though.
Yeah. So
I never really learned how to shoot. I was horrible at basketball.
Well, I never played organized, but yeah. I had pretty good form, but yeah, it's you see I mean, in basketball, there's not form is nice, makes things easier, but it's not necessary. Like throwing a ball through a hoop. If you get good, you can get
Shaq and his free throws.
Yeah, that's Shaq and his free throws though. That'd be weird. Like he's playing basketball with like a little mini ball, throwing it like it fits in his hand like nothing. He just rolls it off his hand.
Wouldn't it be like the little?
He could make free throws
shoot
though.
Game at the bars and shit. The little.
Yeah.
Basketball?
Similar to that. Yeah, but he just never could shoot him in a game. Like before games, he could throw him down. From what I heard, like when he was playing, everybody would talk about how, he practicing before the game, he could throw him down like nothing, but in the game, he just couldn't do it. So he probably just couldn't get himself calmed down enough to like just throw a free throw because he's so used to being inside banging with people.
Will there be another Shaq?
Yeah, I think so. People are getting bigger, man. It
but
doesn't
there hasn't
matter.
been since him.
No, that doesn't matter. It
There's
doesn't have to be
as
so
tall.
soon. There will be. There will
Yeah.
be.
There's plenty of guys just as tall, and maybe some guys almost as big.
It's gonna be somebody as big as him, but more agile. That's the crazy thing. It's gonna be like a guy that is big and dominating as Shaq, but can actually move on the court.
Shaq in his prime could move. That
yeah.
If he couldn't, he wouldn't have all the points he has.
Yeah. Well, he's a very large and dominant. He dominated the paint. He dominated the area around the hoop, even with people fouling him constantly. Like it was effortless for him to get the ball in the hoop a lot of times. Yeah, I don't know. Not the best rapper. He literally
probably didn't have to jump the dunk.
No, he had to hop and like maybe get on his tippy toes. I mean, his feet are like 3 feet long anyway, so just getting on his tippy toes, he could probably reach the rafters in Staples Center. But basketball.
That's got to be a weird.
How do we get into basketball?
I don't know.
Yeah, it has to be. I mean, you just think about just at your height, how many doorways do you get close to? Like just go over your head.
Oh yeah.
I mean, or just ceilings that are low.
Walking downstairs and hitting your head.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and he was like 7 feet.
7'2".
Yeah, he's huge, and he's like just he's a large man. He's like a giant, you know. He's got to have. I mean, you see him in convertibles, and his head's sticking out. Like
we got on basketball because John Jones can't dunk.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Then Bigfoot Silva failed his drug test for what would have been
Mark Hunt.
The fight of the year.
That was still an amazing fight.
Yeah,
testosterone or not, still an amazing fight. Yeah, I don't know. There's been a lot of good fights, man. That fight, the John Jones battle with Gustafson. There's been a lot of wars this year, so I'm hoping they end the year with some wars too. I would love to see an Anderson Silva Weinman war. I would love to see a Josh Barnett Travis Brown war. You know,
What I want to see is I want to see Anderson win tonight. And then Dana already announced that Vitor is number one. And I want to see this Vitor right now versus Anderson. And I think that they should both take as much testosterone as humanly possible.
I mean, Vitor already is. He's doing something because that guy is fucking huge. And I think isn't he only just fighting in Brazil? So maybe their laws are different there as far as testing because that depends on where you're fighting. So,
yeah, but the UFC still, that's their testing now.
Yeah, but that could be like their testing could be scheduled.
Well, I mean, you can learn how to cheat any test.
Yeah, but he is. I don't know, man. It would be. Yeah, I would enjoy that. But then it could end up being, I mean, that's Anderson Silva does well against guys that are, aggressive. Yeah, he's a counter fighter. He's a great counter fighter. So. Every highlight is him. Almost every highlight is him dodging punches and then throwing one. That was like he forgot that second part in his last fight to like dodge the punch and then throw the counter. And they're effortless counters. Like you see the Forrest Griffin one's ridiculous.
He just looks like he smacks him, and then Forrest just crumbles.
Throws his arm. It's like just throws his hand out there, and then it's like he just hit the shut off button. He's like playing against an android, and the android's got big red turn-off buttons on his chin.
That was so sad. And then Forrest just turned around like, no.
Yeah,
like
you're telling me.
Ground.
Forrest is like my favorite fighter. I'm going like, he has a chance to beat Anderson Silva. He can do this.
He was the champ at 205. This guy's way lighter.
Yep.
Like 20 pounds.
And he had only fought that other dude, the dude with the bad boy tattoo, before.
Irving.
Yeah, so it was only his second time at light heavyweight. So it's like Irving hadn't done anything really in the UFC, so it's like Forrest at least was more well-rounded. But yeah, when you're fighting in the Matrix, that's why he's going to do and then do the kick. I mean, he's already done the kick, he just hasn't done the levitation part.
I still love. There's one interview with Forrest. It's like a radio interview. There's no video, and he talks about that, and he's like, in the middle of the fight, he was like, I kept trying to hit him, and he goes, it looked like the Matrix to me. He just kept looking at my hand, and he goes, at one point, he just shook his head like, you silly, slow white boy. You cannot touch me. Yeah. And then he goes, and then he hit me a bunch.
Yeah. Yeah, no shit. Well, it's when they were, I think it was Stephan Bonner did all those promo videos with like Chael and Forrest. Like, how do I do it? How do I do it? Like, good luck, man. Like, this guy is like not human until he gets knocked out by Weinman.
But I mean, hey, man, it happened to GSP, and I mean, granted, he was a lot younger when it happened to him, but
yeah. Well, I'm glad GSP retired. Even if he comes back, I'm glad he retired. That way, we can move on with whoever. We'll see who gets the belt with Johnny Hendricks versus what's his name?
Condit?
No, Lawler. Lawler versus Hendricks is going to be for the interim belt. Or for the whatever belt, not interim.
Oh yeah,
but for the belt.
Hey man, that could have been.
Could have almost been, or Matt Brown would have been the next one. Probably.
Next in line.
Yeah, he would have been number one.
It just sucks that this injury had to come right when GSP would step down, and when he was having a fight against the number 2.
But now that GSP's gone, that belt is not going to be staying with anybody for any amount of time.
Oh, all these guys can beat each other.
Yeah, so it's going to be very interesting. Matt Brown heals up. I don't know how long was it. I don't know what his lower back injury, whatever it was. I don't know how long that shit takes, but back injury, especially lower back, that shit sucks, man. Out of all back problems, lower back shit, fucking horrible. But yeah, hopefully 2014.
What do you think of the UFC not signing Ben Askren?
Who's Ben Askren?
He was the 170 champ of Bellator.
Is that the one they've talked about on a few podcasts? And it's like... Mm-hmm.
He's super boring. He's just a wrestler.
Then fuck him.
Like, think of GSP. But here's the thing. Yeah. He's also ranked top 10, why wouldn't
He
you?
ranked top 10, but that's the thing. Like ranked, but who has he fought? He's like the best in one organization that's
True.
not the UFC. So I mean, he's the best of a lower organization. I don't know. I think I trust the UFC to sign good fighters, and if they're not going to pick him up, then there's probably a reason.
Yeah.
You know, he can go
But I mean,
be. He can go like everybody else is saying. He can go be. I don't know. I don't even know the guy. I don't think I've ever seen him fight. So I don't. And I'm not a fan of the wrestlers that just kind of like Josh Koscheck early days. That kind of fighting style is boring as fuck, and it's I get it that they're winning by keeping the guy down, but it is boring as fuck. So
Yeah,
I'm fine
I
with
get
him not being in it if that's how he's going to be. I mean, even if he did and that's how he's fighting, he's going to run into people that aren't going to allow him to do that, and he's going to, have to prove
I just
himself.
kind of wanted them to throw him in with a fucking murderer.
Yeah, but
just-
they probably know that he's not going to. He's like, why even sign a contract for somebody that's like, you're going to sign him to get 3 losses and then boot him? It's like beat him up and then shoot him out. And that kind of
He
sucks
said
for
he
him.
would fight for free, and if he didn't win,
He would just
that he would
fight
just
for whatever.
retire. He said he'd retire if he didn't
Yeah,
win.
but guys say that shit all the time. How many times has Chael Sonnen talked about?
He
Like,
just said that one time. He's like, if he beats me, I'll retire.
No, but
He-
he did. He didn't. He retire, and then he's just fighting whatever fights now. I don't know. It's like a lot of guys retire. That doesn't necessarily
Well,
like
he's
GSP
still
retired.
got the Vanderlei fight coming up.
Yeah, well, he's got to shoot that season of fucking Ultimate Fighter in Brazil. That's if he survives that.
And I think Anderson Silva said that he would help him coach now. He
Help.
changed his mind.
Help who, coach?
Chael.
No fucking way.
Yeah, I saw that story.
Wow,
Originally he said no, and then he changed his tune.
that's cool. That's cool. I might actually watch that season then, subtitled and all.
Well, I mean, half of it would be subtitled, I guess.
Yeah. Well, is it Brazilians versus? Is it just all Brazilians and they just have
I
it?
think it might be Brazilians versus Americans.
Okay. Huh. Is that the next UFC or is that the next UFC Brazil though?
I don't know.
Yeah. Interesting.
Both, probably.
Yeah, they wouldn't do that. Both. Just
Why not?
rebroadcast it on both networks? I guess maybe saving money. I don't know. Either way, I'm looking forward to it. I guess they're already filming or filmed the next season. Dana White mentioned on some interview that there's like he saw the worst knockout he's ever seen ever in this one, or like somebody like it was I don't know somebody took it was most gruesome knockout or most gruesome.
Are you
fight
sure
or
that
something like
wasn't him talking about the Uriah Hall one?
No,
I
because
think
it was,
that was.
they were talking about because they had talked about how the
They
women.
didn't film the next one because who
Yeah.
would be coaches? Oh, BJ Penn and Frankie.
Yeah, they already because he was talking about how the women's episodes in the past season were rating way higher than the men's, and then they went into questioning about the next one. So they're filming it like recently, or they're done filming it now. So yeah. So that'll be good.
I didn't watch this season of Tough. Did you?
Yeah, I did. The women's fights were more exciting. The men were kind of.
Who came out looking? One coach always comes out looking like
fucking Ronda Rousey looked like a whiny, pouty, angry bitch, and Misha Tate was the fun, goofing around, bubbly coach.
Really?
But Ronda Rousey paid more attention to the fighters in general. Like she showed up to the house and gave all the dudes from both teams like Father's Day gifts and shit like that. And then, but they could have that could have just been edited that way to make it seem that Ronda wasn't a complete and utter bitch. Like maybe they just cut out the Misha Tate thing. But that's how it seemed to me clearly to a lot. If you watch the live weigh-ins, there was a lot of mixed boos in when Ronda Rousey came out. Because I think she's, I don't know if she's trying to become the bad girl character. I mean, I know she has, but
she hangs out with the Diaz brothers and
yeah, but it's like, it seemed like she likes fans to like her, but after that, I don't know if she's going for getting fans like the whole Josh Koscheck angle of like, or Tito Ortiz, like as long as they're talking about me, that's all that matters. So if it's out of nothing but hate, but I don't know if that's the angle she's going or that's just how the show portrayed her, and now it's just kind of residue from that. It's pretty good though. The women's fights were really entertaining. There was a few that were like some super exciting fights, like way more exciting than like some of the more exciting fights I've seen on that show in general. Were the women's fights. And then the men's, like there was 2 guys that didn't make weight. There's just like a few whiny dudes so like one of the guys that made it to the finals basically got a free ride to the finals because his last fight to get into the finals was the guy didn't make weight, so he just made it, and he ended up losing.
How do you not make weight that far into the show?
They're just pigging out, man. It's showing them pigging out, eating whatever, and then they're just whiny bitches and can't make weight. And all the coaches are like, you can make it, but you have to, like, you have to fucking, they're like halfway through. The guy goes into weigh. He's lying about his weight to his coaches, like that he's weighing less than he did. And it's people that just defeating themselves before they get there, They have to have some reason to be defeated, and they just end up defeating themselves. Instead of watching his weight and staying on track, he's just, got loose with it and fucked up. So, whatever. And there was two guys on that show, and they were saying, or two or three, I don't know. There was some like, this is the first time this has ever happened in the Ultimate Fighter Championship. I don't know, or the Ultimate Fighter TV show.
Well, other dudes have not made weight.
I mean, on the show, I think it was 2 in a show. Like that had never happened before. 2 people.
Yeah, because Gabe Rudiger was probably the most famous guy that didn't make weight. He was like fucking laying there crying, like drag me into the sauna.
Yeah,
just pull me into. And I think BJ Penn was his coach too. He's like, dude, just get up. Get up.
Yeah. See, but that's another, whatever. People that want to get out will find a way out. Like, they may have all the best intentions getting into it, but if they're not really in it, then they'll find a way out. And, whatever.
And most of them start fights in the house. That's how you get out.
Or that too, yeah. Or they'll just be, that's another way to find your way out, man. They know the rules going into it, so all they have to do is break rules and they're out. So, and it's so easy, like, to have that excuse. It's like, oh man, I couldn't make weight. It was out of my control. I should have done my diet better, but what am I gonna do? Go fuck yourself is what you can go do. Go find another job, I guess, or start coaching.
Oh shit, you got the opportunity of a lifetime and you throw it away,
shit, man. Yeah, for like that kind of minor thing. It's not like you were injured that took you out. It's not like you lost a fight. Just you didn't do the work.
Think about Travis Lutter versus Anderson Silva. Lutter won the same show that Sarah won.
Yeah.
The comeback.
Yeah. Well,
in the different weight classes.
Well, he didn't even have a coach.
He didn't fucking make weight for his title fight.
Yeah, he didn't have a coach though. He was doing all that shit on his own.
So what? He's got a scale.
I know, man. Fucking, but
I don't give a fuck if you don't have a coach.
Yeah, but these guys even have coaches. Like these guys have people to tell them like this is what you should eat. This is what you should be working out on. This is what everything is kind of laid out for them. Like all they have to do is show up and do it. Travis Lutter had to do everything. I mean, he was kind of that's on its own pressure, just doing shit on your own. Fucking, how many times am I gonna say on your own? But it's still fucked up. Yeah, that would have been awesome to see him fresh going in there, because he almost got him in a triangle. Yeah, but he looked like fucking shit. That's for sure. I don't know, man. I'm excited for tonight's fight.
Yeah, I hope I get to watch it.
Yeah, me too. If not, I'll spoil everything for you. Actually,
please do.
Yeah. Anyway, anything else? I guess we can just wrap it up. We've been over an hour now. You got any shows coming up? Yeah, you do.
January 3rd, Avenue Q.
So in a few days, guys. I don't know when I'm going to release this. Yeah, but in a few days, January 3rd, Avenue Q in Ohio. If you are there in Ohio, in that area, go to Avenue Q, Comedy on the Q. watch a bunch of stand-up comics do their thing. Still $5.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're in the San Diego area, I will be doing Ray at Night in January, on January 11th, I believe. The second Saturday of January. Second Saturday of every month is Ray at Night. Go to Ray Street in North Park, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's an outdoor art event. And I will be there selling artwork, art prints, T-shirts, and giving away DVDs of this podcast. Certain episodes of this podcast, anyway. And
#shows.com.
#shows.com. But it was something else. Oh, yeah. Everything that I'm going to be... For those that aren't living in San Diego, you can buy everything that I have for sale at Ray at Night. I have for sale at inspireddisorder.com, which I guess we could have gotten to that as well. But... or through the Etsy store, go to etsy.com/shop/inspireddisorder, whatever. Everything's up for sale. All the paintings, art prints. Well, not all the art prints, but there are some art prints. T-shirts are there. So if you're not in San Diego, you can still buy that shit. And thank you to #shows.com.
Thank you to all our guests this year.
Thank you to all of our guests this year, including Jill Himitsu. Thank you for getting all the guests for us, Jill. And then, yeah, thanks for everybody that's come on. It'd be interesting. It's going to be an interesting new year. It's going to be interesting to see where all this new stuff goes. Be interesting to see where your comedies goes from here, Keith. Be interesting to see where these art show things are going to go for me. I'm going to be, hopefully very soon, refreshing. Hopefully by the next episode, I will have a whole new look and sound to the Inspired Disorder podcast. And some other stuff, other projects I'm working on. So,
thanks to everyone who listens to this fucking bullshit.
That too. Thanks for listening to this bullshit. Keith's selling the show. If anybody's looking to be a co-host on this bullshit, contact me on Twitter at Ray Taylor. Fuck yeah, man. Thanks everybody for listening. Thanks everybody who came on. And thank you everybody that I was a guest on their show.
Me too.
And have a good new year. Be safe.
Yeah, get ready for another good year podcast next year.
Fuck yeah. We're coming back. Strong. Hard.
Bigger,
strong
better,
like bull.
stronger.
Strong like bull. Shove cock in ass. Strong like bull. Hard. Rock cock. Rock cock.
Rock cocking
Rock
it out
cocking it
in
out.
2014.
Our year to win Rock Cock National Championship. Yeah, I guess that's it. At Keith Spurlock 1 on Twitter. Go to Comedy at the Q on Facebook. Friend them up so you can get all updated show information. And I guess that's it, guys. Oh, you can always save in the Etsy store. Use code word INSPIRED for 10% off. Biatch.
Do it.
Peace out. Do it.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Inspired Disorder podcast. Embedded signals within this podcast have reprogrammed your natural thinking patterns. Side effects may include lack of inhibitions, erectile dysfunction, anal leakage, transcendental communication with beings from 4 of the 7 primary dimensions. In the event of a tear in space-time, please keep your hands down and feet together. Any loss of life or limbs due to interdimensional travel is not the responsibility of this podcast.